So we're starting summer school.
I just want better for y'all.
I don't think enough people are saying this shit.
These are just our ideas.
Maybe we should all be a little bit more self-aware and a little bit less delusional.
What do we know?
What the fuck could we possibly know?
Hey, look, get your shit together.
All right, and welcome back to The Reason They Should Have Never Gave You Niggas Microphones. I'm Lolo.
I'm Big Shot Shae.
And I am Cindy Noir.
And this is Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast. Woo! Welcome, Cindy. Welcome. It feels like we've done so much stuff together. It doesn't feel like you just came on the pod. But it's like this is your first time on the pod.
I know. Thank you all so much for having
exciting.
me. I'm honored to be here. We've done a couple of episodes at this point, you and Milo. So it's an honor to be here with the entire gang and be able to experience you all's podcast. Very happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Tell the audience what your sign is.
I'm a Taurus. Yeah.
Hey.
Yes.
Big Taurus gang in here. I'm an April Taurus. I'm not sure if that matters much, but yeah, I'm an April Taurus.
I don't think it does. I just love a Taurus. I'm a Scorpio.
Really? See, I'm not that
Yes.
well versed in horoscopes. I just know that we're stubborn and we like money. So I don't know, like, what is the thing
Yeah.
about Scorpio? What's y'all's thing?
I was just saying, I don't know what our thing is, but I know like the signs that I always run across, and I'm like, I love these people, and like Taurus is one, Virgo's one, Cancer's one.
Shout
So
out to
it always
us.
makes sense to me
Yeah.
because I'm like, when I see your content, I'm like, I love this girl. I like what's going on here.
I feel that. I tend to interact with Capricorns and Scorpios. Actually, Capricorns, Libras, and Scorpios tend to be my big three of who I tend to run cross paths with, and other fellow Tauruses, of course. But yeah,
That is so cool. I love
isn't that
that.
interesting? Yeah.
Yeah, it's always interesting. Like you don't know these people or these signs, but you run into them and like you get
Mhm.
along so well.
It'd be them energies,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
the spirit.
it's crazy. So I have honorable mention, which is somebody who's been on their shit this week, someone we want to give like props to for something that they're doing. And I don't know if y'all have heard about this already. A woman who was arrested in Walmart for arrested near Walmart for allegedly stealing from the Walmart and then dragging the police officer with a car.
Huh?
When they
I
tried to
I
stop
did
her.
see that. I saw that.
I'm out the loop. I'm completely out the loop. What happened?
She went to a Walmart, stole a little some,
So she
and
did
then
steal it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like we're already bringing capitalism to its knees, but then to make it even better, when they caught her ass, she dragged the police with the whip.
Period.
So-
2-1.
Exactly. So a traffic stop went left after a woman allegedly took off with the police officer clinging to her vehicle. The incident happened last Friday in Cummington, Georgia, after police responded to a shoplifting report at Walmart. Although the suspect had already left, an officer located the vehicle across the street at a gas station. When the officer pulled the vehicle over, the driver suddenly accelerated. Detective Daniel Sears said, the driver left so fast, the officer just held on as best he could. The officer was thrown from the vehicle as the driver took off and was later taken to Grady Hospital after sustaining minor injuries. The suspect was eventually located at a nearby apartment complex and taken into custody without further incident.
Interesting.
What a superstar.
Shout out to her.
And I really like how they didn't put her name in here.
Oh, really? Well, you
Yes.
know what that means.
Her picture's here, but I don't know what her name is.
Is she like us or she not? Is she one of
Yeah,
us?
she is.
Oh, she one of us?
And you know what? Hell
surprised.
yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Period.
It's your God-given right to steal from the Walmart. And
Reparations.
honestly, you weren't at the Walmart anymore. So that officer shouldn't have went over there fucking with you. To be
Mhm.
quite frank, now
They
you
should
get
have
dragged by a
pulled-
little car.
I don't understand why Walmart approaches shoplifting like that, but Target likes to collect data. You know what I mean? Like, you know how Target,
Yeah.
they'll let you shoplift more than once. Baby, if she stole $8.14 worth of product, hey, Walmart, you are a billion, if not $1 trillion industry.
Exactly.
Come on now. And you know, I'm sick and tired of Walmart putting regular products behind glass doors anyway. So anytime
You
somebody
can't
shoplift
even
at
get
this point,
lotion.
baby, you can't get, swear to God, I went to Walmart because the bitch was ashy. I needed lotion. And imagine my surprise when I get in there and everything is locked up behind the door. I said, not Jergens, not even the great value Jergens. We won't equate like that. We ain't that pressed. Locked behind. Pissed me. I walk out ashy and all. I said, y'all have lost y'all's forsaken mind. I get putting electronics behind the glass, but lotion. Come on, dog. Like,
then you gotta wait for the person to come.
Then you gotta wait. Then they be having an attitude. Then they gotta carry the product with you up to the front. We ain't gotta do all that. It ain't even that serious. You know what? I'll go somewhere else. So to hear that Shorty not only shoplifted and said F you to capitalism, but then said F you to the police state, 2 for 1.
Iconic.
Iconic. I'm here for it.
The way that police officer was holding on, like
she is an icon. She's a legend. She is the moment.
and she is good.
Yeah,
she's
a stud.
Queer rights as well.
I can't thank her enough.
We're up 3 at this point. She's an advocate. Get that girl a documentary.
She needs to run for president.
I gotta see this video. I have not heard about this. Wow, okay. That's good to know.
It is, and I'm going to send it to you. It's just
Please send it to me.
Leave people alone next time. You know what I mean? And maybe you wouldn't have gotten dragged.
With the way that the economy is going, why are we surprised when people have to do what they got to do, you know? And I feel like nothing she sold from that Walmart is worth you clinging on to a car and dragging. I don't know what could be in a Walmart that is that prized possession that you clinging on to a car. It's just not that serious. Like, going that hard.
All these people claiming like, oh, you know, you never know if you're going to make it home at the end of the day.
Oh, brother.
It's a hard job. I just want to get home to my family. Okay, then maybe not cling on to, maybe not persecute a shoplifter after they're off the grounds of the Walmart and then cling on to their car.
No one told
maybe
you to
that'll
put
get
that
you home
S on
safe.
your chest, okay? I tell you. Folks be doing the most.
What be even worse? Family's name?
What be even worse is when
they're not paying for you.
The store clerks be doing that kind of shit. Like police, that's still OD, but okay. But when it be the actual employees going overboard for that, it's like, bro, you really are the last person that should be doing any of this.
It's literally, what's the big idea?
Wow.
Why do you care about this to this degree?
Yeah.
Nobody cares about this to this degree.
Man, my first day working at Walmart, they had me at the door. That was not my role, but that's where they had me at. And it was these 2 white ladies that was stealing. Like, they was like mom and daughter. And one of them was like very old. Like, you would not expect them to be stealing. But yeah, that was crazy. They don't care. They gonna get you right then and there. Like, you're actually not leaving.
You're not leaving with the shit. At my first job at DTLR, when I was in high school, and my manager came to me and she's like, what would you do if you seen someone shoplifting? I said, tell you.
Okay.
You think I'm gonna, and you ain't gonna do nothing either.
Okay.
Like,
because folks who chase, and
you're really not even supposed to chase them no more. Right.
It's not worth my life. And again, when I did end up seeing someone shoplifting, I didn't even bother to tell her. I was like, oh, there they go. They doing their stand stops. We're going to be down.
I'm watching like I don't work there. Ooh.
But it ain't coming out my check.
Ooh, they got him.
Yeah.
Over a pair of socks, I think the fuck not. I'm good on that.
Like, it's not that deep, for real.
Hanes ain't hurting like that for y'all to be risking. Okay, Fruit of the Loom, they're going to be all right.
Everybody going to be straight. Like, it's not worth whatever y'all are trying to do.
Not at all.
At least not to me. I don't know. It might be worth it to you, but then maybe you need to bring corporate down here and they can protect the store.
I also think that people want to be Captain Save-A-Ho, and that's why they be going after these moments like that. Like, that cop wanted to be the one to save the day and get the shoplifter, and now you in Grady, bruised and bummed up. Like, people are too pressed to try
and I know your colleagues were also like, what the fuck was
not that deep.
Right.
Like,
right.
It's the way he was holding on for dear life for me. Like,
if he has a wife, I'm sure his wife is like, are you fucking serious?
Can you imagine? Turn on
like,
the
let
news.
go.
Tonight at 6, your husband was an idiot.
Exactly.
I could not
And if
imagine
you didn't
the
reach your
level of
goddamn arms in my
cringe.
vehicle, I wouldn't have been able to drag you.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your hands
I
to
hope she
yourself.
sue. Shoot.
I hope she sue everybody. Because can they
Mhm.
prove she was stealing from Walmart? I ain't see no footage of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, she needs a good
But
attorney.
yeah, so whoever you are, as soon as we find out who you are, trust you will be dealt with.
You will
You
be
are
dealt with.
honorable mention. Thank you for your service.
I have Hotep of the week, and this week's Hotep is Sidney Starr.
Yeah.
This is kind of a couple, maybe like a week old, but we didn't talk about it, so I feel like we need to talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
So, Sidney Starr, whose legal name is Sidney Favors, was arrested August 3rd, I believe, for alleged sexual assault of a boy. And according to the warrants, Sidney allegedly confessed to performing oral sex on the boy, claiming that the act was consensual. And yeah, she's Hotep of the week because for multiple reasons. One, why are you doing things with a young man, a young boy, like who's underage? Like that's always gonna be it's always gonna be unacceptable. But two is also I feel like a lot of people been saying that it's giving her or it's giving people the courage to like be transphobic,
Yeah, it is.
because
is
a
she
lot
trans?
of people.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's
Okay,
a trans
okay.
woman.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember,
this
like
either.
this some years ago, there was like some a situation with her and Chingy, like she lied on
Yes.
Chingy,
Yep.
Oh, she
saying
said that
that
she and
he
Chingy got
was trying
together.
to,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
And it never happened.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
How old was the
yeah. So
boy?
she's disgusting. It doesn't say, they won't give out like details because he's a minor, but he's a minor. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's really all that matters. Like,
That's wild.
she's disgusting. I hope they keep her locked up. Like, but yeah, the case is developing, so it'll be more to come on it, and we'll keep the audience updated or whatever. But for now,
She confessed
she
to
is
the
locked up.
authorities, or she confessed online?
She confessed
to
to
the authorities.
Oh wow!
She said,
"Wow,
because she was charged with like
fuck.
sodomy. She was charged with like different things, but the only thing she caped to was the oral sex.
Yikes!"
So,
And see that bothers
yeah.
me because trans people and queer people, especially gay men, are often looked at as predators on kids, and I really hate that in general. But for you to
Right.
actually be one, and yes, predators are everywhere, but for you to actually be one, I can only imagine the level of transphobia and queerphobia in general that this has caused. Because I think to people who are already ignorant, this solidifies their idea that queer people are to be feared and to not be around kids because they're not safe for kids. And I really hate that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate in and of itself,
I think
the act itself. But then when you take a step back and look at the impact it can have on an already marginalized community, that's really irksome.
Very,
While
very
we're not,
much so.
while I don't care for the acceptance of those who are ignorant like that, it also makes it that much harder to even be tolerated, much less accepted, when you are not safe for your community like that. So that's really disappointing to hear. Not surprised at the transphobia. There's been a lot of transphobia on social media the last couple of weeks or so for different reasons. But that's fucked up. And beyond the transness of it all, I really don't like, and I'm surprised people are being true, but I'm not surprised. I am and I am not. I'm not. For whatever reason, when it's a woman that's a predator, people don't take it as seriously as when it's a man. So it's interesting to me, but it's also not, that now this is a trans woman. People are taking that much more seriously than if it were a cis woman. I found that when it's cis women who are preying on young boys, it's a fantasy, it's a fairy tale, it's, oh, he's lucky. And so it's just the level, like it's a transphobia inception. Like, oh, so you really, because y'all don't be that concerned when it's a when it's a cis woman being a predator. So this is interesting to hear about. I hadn't heard about this prior to now. So yeah, that's interesting.
That's a very good point though. And I didn't even think about that. But yeah, like even from that perspective, like cis women don't get a lot of flack for, they don't really get in trouble for that type of thing. So, or people don't take it as seriously,
Like they might get in trouble legally, but like socially, it's a whole different reception. Like having worked at a middle school and being around middle school boys, it was already gross to hear about predators as teachers and such beforehand, but actually being in schools and being in that environment, it's like times 100. That shit is disgusting. Mainly because these boys stink. Like I don't even get how you could ever like, they smell like outside in the morning, breath be hot in the morning. What in the hell, So just witnessing from the inside and seeing like these are kids. What is wrong with y'all? But whenever we hear these stories of female teachers or women in general being predators, there's always people, mainly men, in the comments. Oh man, I wish my teacher when I was in 7th grade would have did that to me. There is a disconnect to holding women to the same level of accountability when they are inappropriate with minors than we hold men. So I think part of why people are taking her more seriously is because they see her still, quote unquote, as a man. I think that there's a link there of why they're taking that more seriously than they would if she were a cis woman. But that's just how I see it. That's how I'm looking at it for now. But yeah.
Yeah. And I think that, like, first of all, fuck Sidney Starr. Like, fuck her. Yeah, you're a predator. You got to go. Like,
you 0 for 2 at this point. You lying on folks. And
I mean, it been fuck her for real. Like,
I mean, it's been fuck her. But also, like, while no one person should have to be a role model for their community to do some shit like that, on top of the fact that it's already fucked up, that you have no business doing it, but to know that you are a figure of note, not for the right reasons, you're infamous, and you're going to have this negativity casted upon your community for no fucking reason other than you're a sicko.
Right.
And want to touch people's kids. And it's disgusting to me.
That's fucked up. That's disgusting.
And then to put out, because didn't she put out a statement like, oh, like, don't let this skew your view of trans folks.
I don't know. I ain't heard nothing she said.
It was like too late. They were already looking for a reason.
And you gave them
Why would you do that?
On a silver platter.
Right.
On a silver platter.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
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 I was going to, I'm not sure if y'all have talked about it, but I was going to say, speaking of trans people making the trans community look bad, have y'all talked about Jools?
We just talked about
well, we'll be talking about Jools.
Okay.
Oh, that's what we're going to talk about today too?
Take this part out. Dan. I was just curious.
No, you're fine. It's come up in the past, like it came up in the episode with B. It's going to come up in more episodes. Yeah, I mean, well, before we get into lyrics and lessons, what's your perspective on that situation?
I'm disappointed. I'm so disappointed. I have been following Jools for years. I was following her before Very Demure even happened. So I have been along for the ride the entire time. And as a content creator, I feel that her ask was audacious as hell. I do. I feel like she had one dentist agreement fell through. Okay, so ask some more. Where was before you ask the way that I look at it, the relationship between content creator and platform is a very delicate one. And if you are going to look to your audience to ask for help, that need to be your last option. You have tried everything and ain't nothing going right. That need to be the last thing you do. So for you to come to us after one dentist office fell through, when you're Miss Very Demure, baby, you should have came to us after you tried 10 and 10 fell through. I feel like we should have seen more of an attempt for you to use your platform, not use your platform. And it just felt like, okay, so after one agreement falls through, you're just gonna go straight to people asking for $45K in today's climate. That's wild. And to see her meltdown ever since, it's like, girl, someone take her phone. Someone take her phone, throw it in the lake. Like, that's one thing that I don't like about watching content creators is watching that crash out when they're ill-received. Baby, get off the app. Because anything you say and do at this point is going to make it 10 times worse. Do I think that she's permanently canceled? Probably not. But I do think that ain't nothing demure about this. And it has definitely severely tainted that brand. And I think it has made it that much harder for brands to want to work with her in the future and to be able to market very demure and use it in any kind of iconic way. Because the reality is someone has already offered to pay for it. She already got what she wanted. I believe Karen Civil offered through Threads to say, you know what, I'll cover it. I got you. So you already got what you wanted. At this point, baby, lay low. Quiet on the creek.
You better lay
disappear.
low.
Okay, disappear for a month and a half, get that surgery, and then pop back out with your new mouth and call it a day. But like watching this meltdown has been extremely distasteful and very I've had to unfollow her. She's lost me. Like after the airport situation, I said, you know what? This is where I exit. this is it for me because it just felt way too manipulative and it was hard for me to have any empathy once you are trying to say this is what getting canceled gets you a heart attack. Girl, you ain't had no damn heart attack. Come on, dog. Like, and that isn't even me trying to discount someone's health, but if you really had a heart attack, you wouldn't be able to record no video or record no nothing. You'd be hooked up to shit and not able to talk and not able to do anything, much less record a video. So it's hard for me to have empathy in watching all of this go down, especially as a content creator who was trying hard on myself to make it. It is a blessing to get that one opportunity to take off like that. And you had Very Demure. That went left. Part of the reason why that went left was because of a personal issue of addiction, which I had empathy for. We watched you go through that. You came back with a rebrand of Sobriety, which that would have been the perfect time to get them teeth fixed and get a brand deal doing that. And then that went away. And now we're here with where we are now. And it's just, I don't know, it's hard to watch a content creator get two blessings of opportunities to rebrand into profit off their platform and squander them both times. And then, okay, now it's your turn. That ain't how that works. So that's how I look at it. And the level of transphobia has definitely been adding to like the conversation. Like the transphobia we've witnessed has been, it's just giving people a reason to. And that's what I also don't like. It's like, that's the last thing we need is you giving people any kind of quote unquote valid reason to be transphobic for no reason. So that's my spiel about it so far. But yeah.
Yeah, her being trans has nothing to do with the fact that she mismanaged.
Cause baby, it could be sis. I don't give I'm gonna have to say the same thing. And that's also what's been bothering me is people trying to loop everyone's critique under the guise of transphobia. No, babes. Some of these critiques are valid. Some of these opinions.
People's critique.
Yeah, it's not ain't got nothing to do with her identity. It's all about the fact that how you're moving is questionable behavior. And that is bothering me is seeing people saying y'all are just all being transphobic. No, let's separate because some of us, what we're saying are actual valid opinions and critiques. Don't do that now, you know? So yeah. I'm gonna cut you off, but go ahead. Because it's just been irking me seeing that, like, y'all just being transphobic. No, she moving kind of weird, and it's okay to say that, you know? Yeah.
Exactly. We just a little spooked by the behavior. She got me. I didn't donate, but she had got me. So
what you mean she got you?
Like I had felt bad when I seen it. But by the time I seen it, Karen Civil had already paid for it. So I seen it and then I seen like everybody's getting a refund. That's all I have to say on that.
Well, you they said Karen Civil be scamming niggas too, so I don't know.
Karen Civil and Max B ain't no longer locked in. So I mean, you know, it happens to the best of us.
I didn't even know that.
She need to win right now, so that's probably what that is.
That's true.
When
I initially heard about it, I didn't care. And by the time I heard about it, I saw Karen Civil and I'm like, oh, hey, it is what it is. Let's just keep it pushing. And then she kept talking and it was like, okay, girl, why are we still going? And I get the desire to try to profit off of when you're in the spotlight. So you keep making videos and wanting those videos to get you more money and shit. I get that. But I feel like not enough content creators think about longevity enough for me. Okay, so you make these videos,
Right.
you show your ass, and you make money off of that next month. But where are you going to be 6 months from now? How's that going to look to me? How is this one video going to impact your brand long term? And I guess that's what's frustrating to me, being on this side of content creation and knowing how much work and knowing how fragile your branding can be. And the more marginalized of a person you are, the harder it is to even get in those rooms, you know? So it's like what you're doing at this point is overkill, and you are making yourself being seen as more of a liability to brands than anyone that they would want to invest in. And that's going to hurt you in the long run anyway. Like, girl, brands do like people who can spark up conversation, but it's how you spark it up and how you handle it that can either turn on a brand or turn them completely off. And I really would hate for this experience to lead to brands seeing her as more of a liability than an asset and not wanting to work with her at all. Like, I don't think she'll be canceled by social media standards, but I wonder if she will be by brand standards.
Yeah. Because I'm not brand safe now, and I ain't never done nothing like that. So,
hello,
you know what I mean?
Brands are real particular with that, and not to mention with none of this being very demure, that cheapens what you've built already. Like you can't come back from this and say that you're being demure, because we will always be able to say, "Are you?" You know, and have receipts of that. Not to mention, people are already clocking her by like. She's trying to defend herself, saying that she didn't make that much money from brand deals during Very Demure. People are pulling clips of her saying how much money she made and flexing how much money she made, both on the Tamron Hall show and on live and stream like that. So like people are pulling what she's saying.
There.
That girlie hopped on Tamron Hall's show and said that she had a $45K brand deal and an $80K brand deal. Baby, you can't do that. You can't do that. And then turn around and tell us that a job ain't gonna work. Hands up, cash out, #GrowSisters. You can't. That's hard for people to see both like that, you know? So I get I empathize in the standpoint of, I know how fast money can go in this lifestyle. But then my empathy stopped pretty quickly when she just kept talking. Like, girl, please.
Yeah, I wish she just would have like hush. Like,
you know,
girl.
Disappear.
So much.
Go to Mexico, get the surgery done. Be recovering, let folks talk amongst themselves, and you continue to do you, and then you come back with a fresh mouth, good and recovered, and keep it pushing. That would have been very demure. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Right.
Folks mad as hell, and you disappear, ain't got nothing to say, and then you just pop back up cheesing. That would have been a great way to rebrand. That would have been a great way to revitalize Very Demure and everything. And it's just been like, what you've ended up doing instead is cheapen your brand when you really could have enhanced it. But hey, it ain't mine, but you know, it's just, it's hard.
Did that sound too.
Which sound?
That sound where it's like, "Hey y'all, hey." She could have said nothing and came back with the teeth like,
"Hey."
Hey. She that really could, and would have been iconic. That would have been iconic. Cause yeah, shut up. Like, we can talk all day, but at the end of the day, you got what you needed, and that's the point, you know. So I don't know. It's been interesting to watch it all unfold, and. Yeah, and then on the aspect of like, I'm not the most financially savvy either. And I have empathy in that regard, but then it's also like, okay, so then why didn't we hire people? Why didn't we hire financial planners and advisors to ensure that we're able to keep and make more money off the money we're making? Like, where did that come from? You know, so I that's not me trying to shoulda, coulda, woulda, but it is. Though.
She was an addict. That wasn't happening.
You ate with that. And that's the other part though. So we have watched what you do with money when you have a lot of money. Why, as your audience, why would you then expect for us to open up our wallets when we have seen what you do when you have money? Miley Cyrus was all up in there.
Gotta go to work.
Hannah Montana was in the room with you. I don't think I feel comfortable giving my hard-earned money. And that's also a valid concern. And people are being a little bit too unrealistic to me in this conversation. Well, all she did was ask for money. That's not all she did. And if you have been watching her, then you would understand why people are concerned about opening up their wallets. Like, the last time you had that kind of money, we saw what you did with it. And now you want that money coming from me? I don't know. That's valid. And not to mention, we haven't been seeing, because she was doing a whole bunch of sobriety content. That content stopped for a while now. We haven't seen anything about sober life and sober sobriety. That's cause for concern. Yes. I'm telling you, I have been here because I really enjoyed her content. But when she came back and admitted to having an addiction and she was going sober, she said California sober. She still smoked Mary Jane, but she just didn't do Hannah Montana. That content we haven't been seeing that content for a few months now. And I've been concerned. Before all this happened, I've been concerned. With this happening, I'm even more concerned. I'm not even going to hold you. So people having reservations and concerns to me is valid.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you said, she was. Yeah, you got blessed twice. You'll probably get blessed again, but leave us out.
If you get blessed again, don't squander it.
That's
right.
enough.
Right. Yeah. If you're gonna be blessed again
God's
like that, don't treat it like the blessing it is. Don't take it for granted and do it differently this time, you know?
And don't tell the people. Don't tell the people what you got going on.
Don't tell nobody. Like
on the creek.
Yeah.
Just like that. I do, speaking of blessings, my lyric and lesson is very blessings, like, adjacent. Surprisingly enough for me, it's from a verse from the Clips on Kehlani's song, No Such Thing, which I'm not always like, hey, the Clips on here. But on this song, they say, ring around my Rosie, I play for keeps. See, nothing is too much. The Kellys is too clutch. The richest niggas in any city don't do Dutch. Might double down on some double laws. Over $500,000 on some bumper cars. Everything in excess. I can get you access. Put your name on the yacht next to the SS. Never too much, like Luther said. So excuse me, miss, like Luther did. That's 2 nannies. That's 2 misses. I don't change diapers. She don't do dishes. She never hears no. I just grant wishes. I know you hope your nigga listens. And what I got from that is these niggas know these other niggas are bum. And you know when your nigga is a bum. And y'all be trying to make like excuses for this type of stuff and the shit that these men be doing and accepting less when they could give you more. And it's like a lot of women try to act like, oh, they just don't know. They've never, like, I'm the first person they've loved this much or whatever. And it's like, no, not only do they know it and you know it, other niggas know it too. Like for them to end that verse with, I know you hope your nigga listening.
Kind of gag.
That's the end of the verse.
Ain't that?
Yeah, they kind of ate that up.
Imagine, because it's a lot of niggas that'll say, I don't change diapers. She don't do dishes. She never hears no. I just grant wishes. That's not y'all's experience. That's not a lot of y'all's experience. And I'm not saying that everybody got to have a rich nigga. A lot of these niggas ain't rich. The economy's bad, blah, blah, blah. But having a nigga who's not doing everything he can for you, you should probably do something about that.
Run.
Flee.
Quickly. Immediately.
That was good.
I like that one.
What do you have, Cindy?
Me? Mine is more cheesy.
Oh, I love it.
So I have been reading Bell Hooks All About Love. So love is like on my mind as just a concept. I think we don't give love enough credit for how powerful it can be, and not just romantic love, but just the presence of love in community, period. I think social media has gotten to a point that it is we're a little too, these last few weeks with all the discourse is just everyone's at each other's throats, and it just feels like social media is the one place people can express their anger and frustration of what's happening in the world without having any real backlash in doing so. But there's just such an absence of love in social media nowadays that it's off-putting to me combined with reading the book. So my lyric is from Eye to Eye, Tevin Campbell. It's the chorus. If we listen to each other's hearts, we'll find we're never too far apart. And maybe love is the reason why for the first time ever we're seeing it eye to eye. I feel like we're so caught up in how different we are that we forget and lose sight of the fact that we are more common and more alike than we want to give ourselves credit for. And I think love is a common theme amongst us in community that we don't want to honor and acknowledge. We have gotten to a point in society, romantic especially, where no one wants to admit that they desire love, they desire companionship, they desire a partnership with people. that it's now uncool to admit that you want love, you want to experience it. And I just think that if we put our defenses down for like 5 seconds and let ourselves be human, we'll realize that love is what connects us more than anything else. And I don't know, that lyric is what's been standing out to me, just watching society, watching social media. It's like there's such an absence of just love and care for ourselves, much less other people. And so, yeah, that's just been on my mind. It's like, I wonder how powerful love could be if we gave it permission to just exist without feeling stupid, without concern of looking stupid, without concern of it not being reciprocated. If we allowed love to just flow freely, how would our society look? I'm just curious of that now that I'm reading this book. So yeah, that's where my lyric came from.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Thanks. It's a little cheesy, but I've been really sitting back and analyzing love from my perspective and like the world and social media and all that jazz. So yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah. I read that book probably 4 years ago. I definitely want to read it again. I actually gave it away to somebody, but I'm like, damn, I wish I didn't do that.
I tried reading it 4 years ago and I was not ready. Like, I was like, Bell Hooks, girl, I ain't trying to hear none of that. Girl, I think I got to the first 2 chapters and I said, yeah, wrap this up, closed it, and left it closed for the last 4 years. And now I'm coming back to it and I feel more willing to receive the message. It's a good book so far. So yeah.
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 My lyric comes from Morning Dew remix by Beyonce and Jay-Z. And the lyric is, pop it on the pods, but you ain't doing shit. We just making love. We just getting rich. Y'all keep doing that. We keep doing this. I caught a fuck nigga hating on my wrist. So the lesson I got from that is like to let the critics and commentators hate from outside the club, you know what I'm saying? While you continuously work towards it is that you're doing, you know, you're not focused on anybody else stuff because you're worried about your own stuff. And to not get distracted by like what the naysayers are doing and saying, like not trying to keep up with the Joneses type stuff.
That's easier said than done. And I'm saying that from personal experience. Like, especially when folks are lying on your name, it's one thing to hate on what someone's doing. But when that hateration and holleration and their dance release of them lying on you or making up shit that ain't even true, my ego be like, now hold on now. What was said? You know, you be wanting like, now what was that? You know, like there are moments where it's easy to let the folks talk and you do you, but there are times where folks be talking a little bit too loud and it's like, you taking my silence for weakness and that ain't it. That ain't, you know? So I feel that. I feel that. I just, in my experience, I found that like there are times where I'm able to tune them out and focus on me, and then there are times where I'm like, "You want that again? Like what?
Right?
You want to say that to my face? Like, what's up? You know?"
I definitely hate being lied on. So yeah, that's something that's gonna turn me up too.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
I think it's definitely a skill you have to develop, especially the more well known you become, of like having to master not getting outside yourself when someone says things about you, whether it's true or not. Like, I think Beyonce and Jay-Z are great examples, and that's a great lyric to pull from, because if anyone has talked shit and lied and made up things about people, it's for sure been Beyonce and Jay-Z. So I think that they're great examples of like, but I also wonder behind the scenes, how do they handle that? How did Beyonce handle everyone accusing her faking being pregnant with Blue? You know, how did she handle that? Because you can't tell me as a human it didn't get to you at some point. I would love to know what her thought process is of how to rationalize those moments when what they're saying really does hurt. You know, how did you get past that? It's a great lyric.
That's a great question.
Because people be mean, and especially with social media, people be saying some mean, hurtful things and expect you, the person they're talking about, to have no feelings about it. And the moment that you have feelings, it's that's lame. Why would you even say anything? And it's like, nigga, I'm human.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't reach in your pocket and found the worst thing to say and you surprised that I was affected by it? What? You know?
Yeah.
It's a unrealistic expectation to me that people expect to be able to say whatever they can about you, and the minute you clap back, it's, whoa, I didn't think you were going to respond. Well, then what did you say it for, you know?
Right.
Right.
I learned that lesson early when I was sneak dissing Diggy Simmons on Twitter during
Girl,
the
what were
Super
you
Bowl.
saying about Diggy? What?
I was Mindless Behavior fangirl. If I were to move this backdrop, it would be a signed poster of all 4 original members of Mindless Behavior. It's up on the wall behind me. The Super Bowl was happening. They asked Diggy who he was rooting for. He said the home team, the Giants. And I said, but you're from Jersey.
I mean.
And then
she
he
said,
was
know
like,
your roots.
Where you live is different than where you're from. And I'm like, but we watched you on that show as a kid in Jersey.
And did.
Yeah.
But I got attacked, you know? And it's like, I could have minded my business. Because then people are like, oh, you told her, Diggy. And I'm like, I don't feel told, but whatever. Rude.
Did he block
That
you?
is hilarious.
No. One of the girls in their music video did block me though. You got to realize these people can read these things and they can see these things. And you can't tell people you wearing the same damn black leggings every day and expect them to not, you know, take offense to that. So you are right.
But but your example, that's lightweight. You ain't call him no dumbass nigga. You ain't like disparage him. You didn't.
Well, we was young, so.
Touche.
He probably felt like, why are you even talking about me?
Yeah.
And then it was uncomfortable because for a brief period, not a brief period of time, over half a decade, my cousin ended up dating JoJo's best friend.
Really?
So I was worried if they got married, I was going to have to answer for that. Yeah.
Yikes. I'm guessing that ain't happened though.
No, it didn't. They're both married to other people now. But, and I realize now that like a lot of people from Jersey are Giants fans. What was the big idea? Because the Jets are New York too, right?
I think so, yeah.
You said the what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so whatever. Sometimes you're right. People just be coming up with stuff to say. I learned that lesson early, so I don't do it now. But I don't know what I expected. I guess that Diggy Simmons wouldn't see it and I wouldn't get a response. So
yeah,
right. I did.
But that's a more realistic expectation for a celebrity. You know, someone who was in the limelight. You would. I think it's safer to assume that they're not going to see it than a regular content creator who. Baby, I'm not in the limelight. All I got is time to read y'all's comments. I'm literally looking at this. You know, like I saw it. What do you mean? What are you being surprised? You know, I think people see that follower count and it tells them a story that is so unrealistic and they make these assumptions that's just not true. And that's you doing a disservice to yourself. Like, just because somebody has a lot of followers doesn't mean that we not nosy as hell. Baby, I am nosy as shit. I be all in my comments reading shit, deleting, blocking.
You feel me?
Blocking, deleting. Yeah,
ever since they made it so you could manage multiple comments and block everybody at once.
Down the line. I'll be in them comments. I might not be responding, but I'll be in them comments. And
they're like, she's deleting comments that don't agree with her. And I'm going to delete
damn
this
right.
as well.
This is a dictatorship. I'm not, this ain't no diplomatic.
It's my page.
Yeah, stop coming to my echo chamber.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
I'm not here to hear. I don't mind some disagreeing, but you better be respectful about it and productive about it. If you call me out my name, if you can even be respectful, but I didn't like what you said.
They put that SYBAU. Oh, baby, you're getting blocked. As soon as I hear
Sabao blocked, So yeah,
it ain't going down like that. Not over here. So not to undo everything we just said about being kind to people we don't know on the internet, and when they're not a celebrity, we have to be gentle with how they speak about them. I must talk, and therefore we all must talk about this McKenna West surrogate situation.
Okay.
Speak.
Let's talk.
So for the audience, I'm going to read a little bit of this, everything you need to know about the situation from the Associated Press, just because I feel like maybe some folks in that are listening don't see all of this stuff that everyone's talking about. So, a newborn with a severe heart defect is at the center of a legal battle between a California couple and a surrogate who flew from Alaska to Texas to give birth in a case that has drawn the attention of anti-abortion groups and GOP leaders. McKenna West, the surrogate, gave birth Wednesday to a boy with hypoplastic left heart syndrome, a life-threatening heart condition. West, who is a nurse, said the couple had wanted to end the pregnancy at 20 weeks after consulting with doctors about the diagnosis. The case quickly garnered national attention after Republican Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton intervened and a judge in Dallas ordered 2 hospitals to ensure they provide life-sustaining care and the baby remain in Texas until at least a hearing in late August. The Los Angeles-based couple say West violated the surrogacy contract and they obtained a restraining order that prevented West from seeing or holding the child after he was born, according to an attorney for the surrogate. The couple were in Dallas, Texas with the newborn are in Dallas, Texas with the newborn as he receives medical care. According to the couple's attorney, West and her supportives have called the child Gabriel, but in court filings, the couple has named the boy Rumi. California says that the surrogate broke their contract because West entered an agreement with the couple through Worldwide Surrogacy Specialists LLC in August 2025. In court documents, the couple argues that West broke a surrogacy contract and that in California, the court determined she has no rights to legal or physical custody of the child. West's lawyers have alleged that the couple spent weeks pressuring West to seek an abortion after learning of the diagnosis. With legal support from the conservative Christian organization Alliance Defending Freedom, West petitioned a Dallas court to give her custody over the child 2 days before she gave birth. According to court documents in Alaska, the couple claimed West agreed to the decision to end the pregnancy after the diagnosis, but then changed her mind and cut off contact. After heartbreaking consultations with medical providers and their own research about the suffering and quality of life that HLHS babies endure, A, B, and CD, the birth parents, made the difficult decision to terminate the pregnancy. A filing from the parents' attorney reads that it is undisputed that West initially agreed and that she herself made the initial appointment. West is harming Rumi by relocating to Texas, requiring him to be born in Texas, away from his parents and the specialized cardiac team in Los Angeles that will provide his lifelong care. The court filing states her actions are forcing Rumi to begin treatment, including critical heart surgery, in one state and be transferred to another. West is also now filing for custody of the baby.
That was a lot.
Thoughts?
I would like to hear y'all's thoughts first.
No, you.
I think that lady dead wrong. She dead as wrong.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
No, for sure.
The surrogate.
Okay.
The lady black, I think that's the only thing that's like making people be like, oh, why are you black doing this?
Right. Like that. When I found out she was black, I was like, bruh. Like, I already felt like.
To me, it's giving coonery. I'm not even going to hold you. For me, when she moved to Texas, I said, oh, you were coon. And the reason why I feel like that is
Alaska.
Because Jamila made a video. She said, you didn't have to leave the state to not get an abortion. There was no need to flee. No one can force you to abort anyway. So if you didn't want to get the abortion, you could have stayed in Alaska to not get the abortion. You went down to Texas, one of the biggest proponents of anti-abortion. They already cranking down in more ways than one. I feel like it was more symbolic for her to go to that state in particular. And I feel like what's happening is this roundabout way to support anti-abortion laws and to use this case as yet another leg to support anti-abortion. And it's just really, it's not sitting well with me. For one, I'm not the biggest fan of surrogacy anyway. I think it's it gets unethical to me a little bit too fast, in my opinion. I'm not a fan of it anyway. But
very risky.
For you to take them folk money, they tell you they don't want to continue on, get rid of it, we're good, and you're like, no, and then you flee. That's wild. And I feel like that family is within their right to sue. Because what you mean you going to take the money that we paid per our contract? You're not honoring the contract.
And I feel like she still would have got paid if she aborted the baby.
Yes, I think so too.
Because she had to
know
go
what the
through
contract
it.
says, but you doing all of this though, it's really odd to me, and it feels way too conservative toned to me. And everyone's trying to turn this into her body, her choice. And it's like, yes, her body, her choice. And she chose to become a surrogate. She chose to sign the contract. She chose to agree to those terms. And she's choosing to not honor them anymore now. So at what point do we combine her body, her choice to there are consequences for your actions?
Like, to your actions, right.
And when you're in a surrogacy contract, is it really your body, your choice at that point when you have signed to carry someone else's child? How much of it is your body, your choice? And that's me just being ignorant to surrogacy processing in general. But if you are agreeing to let your body be an incubator for somebody else's kid, how much of that, outside of course health, if your body's being in jeopardy for carrying this baby, I get that. But like outside of that, how much is it your body, your choice when you have willingly signed a contract to carry someone else's kid? I don't get that part. That's the part that I'm ignorant on.
And that's what's bothering me mostly, because if it was life or death for you, you would have been able to make that choice. But you then fled to Texas, where you would be considered the mother of this child, even though you're not the mother of this child. So that you could keep the child against its will, against the will of the parents.
It was very just spiteful.
And the courts determined that the bio parents, the child's actual parents, are responsible for the medical bills incurred by this fucking stunt you've pulled. And I think even more importantly than that, this disorder does not have like a high quality of life. If this, like the oldest person who has ever had this thing is like 32. And that's what it's saying. Like they keep saying it's a treatable heart condition. Yes. With a series of surgeries, with no surgical intervention, there's no like it's fatal. With surgical intervention, it would require a series of heart surgeries, and a lot of children do not make it past 5. So you're signing the kid up to suffer. You're signing the parents up to suffer because you want to keep the kid. And then you have the nerve to be like, okay, well, then I'm just going to go to court for custody, run me the kid, as if you can take care of this kid. And what's getting me is you cannot, and I knew when I read this, you can't be a surrogate if you don't have kids. So I looked it up, and she has 2 kids. She has 2 children
she
of her
left
own
her
currently.
kids.
So did she leave them? Because that's what I was wondering. I'm like, are you moving these children from Texas? From Alaska to Texas, or are the children still in Alaska so that you can steal someone else's baby? To me, this is still kidnapping.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like she's considering the baby's needs at all. That's why I felt like it's giving coon, because the whole conservative agenda about anti-abortion, they don't care about these kids. They're not considering the well-being of the kids that they're trying to fight to save. And her doing all of this just came across like, you don't care about this baby. You're not actually considering, you're using this baby as a symbol or property and not a human being, and not considering the quality of life of this kid. You already got 2 kids. You're going to have 2 kids plus one with a heart condition. Is that child going to have a quality of life? Or do you have the capacity to raise 2 kids and a child with a disability to that degree? Come on. And for you to fight this hard, it's like, I don't know. It don't sit well with me all around. And I feel like at the end of the day, the one who suffers the most is that baby. And it just hurts my heart, because it's like this baby who didn't ask to be here is now becoming a symbol of anti-abortion and conservative rights that it don't need to be. This baby got to fight for its life anyway. The last thing it needs is to have the pressure of it being a political symbol on top of it. And that's what it's turning into. And I don't lean with it, and I don't rock with it. I don't like it.
And your children that are already living and that are Earthside, those children, like, okay, so if you go back to Alaska and they lock your ass the fuck up, who is going to care for your children? Why did you do this? What was the big idea? That's what's getting me. And it's like, not to be conspiracy theorists, but like, I cannot see this existing for any reason other than trying to like push some sort of large scale conservative agenda. Why else would you do this?
Mhm.
And you know those people are trying to get rid of not just abortions, but IVF and surrogacy as a whole.
Mm-hmm. And
Why
that's
would you
what's
hand
also
them that
coonery
on a
about
silver
this shit
platter?
too. Girl, the only reason why they're going this hard for you is for the political agenda. They don't care about you or that baby. This is all about a ploy, and for you to be so willing to just go along with it, it's giving tap dancing. It's nothing about this. Oh, girl, it don't sit well in my spirit. It just feels the whole thing feels political, and there is a life in the process that is being just tossed around. And it just feels really...
And why don't they ever pull these experiments on white women?
Hello.
Right.
Is baby Chance still alive?
And you know what? That's also what's bothering me. This feels a little bit too... It's like the neighbor of baby Chance and the state in Georgia just taking over that girl's body and not giving a damn. It feels like they're sisters. This situation is kind of sisters in that way of like another example of a Black woman's body, but she's playing a role in it this time, but just not, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't have the full words for it, but it feels like she is property of the state now and not her own person. She already gave up her rights in surrogacy anyway, but now that she's teamed up with the state of Texas, it feels like she's lost even more rights and more access to her bodily autonomy in the process, but it's like she's okay with it. The whole thing just shot to hell. I don't know. It just don't feel right to me at all.
And once the baby is here, because the baby's here now, that's where the fucking GOP in Texas stops giving a fuck about you or any other kid.
They never care.
Stops giving a damn.
They care about the kids till they're here.
Didn't they hire her a lawyer too or some shit? I could have that wrong.
They might have those organizations.
But I felt like I saw something saying that they hired a lawyer on her behalf to fight for this kid. And it's like, they ain't doing that because they like you, girl.
You're going to lose. You literally violated the contract. Like, there's really nothing else to discuss here.
I look forward to that lawsuit of them suing the brakes off her because they paid her $250,000
and
$250,000.
She tried to get custody of they had to get a restraining order on her before the baby was born. So that as soon as the baby was born, you don't get to spend time with it.
That is outrageous.
Even the fact that you're like using your own name for the baby.
And that's my other question. Girl, why did you go into this? What was your goal in going into this surrogacy? Like, do you understand what surrogacy is? That ain't your kid.
And she's like, I'm a nurse and this condition is treatable.
That's wild. That's wild. That poor baby.
I just feel like it's evil.
It does feel evil. It feels evil and heartless and inconsiderate to the quality of life of that child. And not even just the quality of life on a health standpoint, but the quality of life mentally and emotionally, because God forbid her experience of parenting this child not live up to her standards. Is that child now at risk of your abuse, mental, emotional, or physical abuse because you're mad that you did all this for this kid and it's not what you thought it'd be? You know, there's a lot of pressure and a lot of things riding on this child that just don't seem fair to me. Because what happens when if this child comes out and is not able to, and it needs to be taken care of 24/7 around the clock, are you going to resent this kid? That's also my concern. Are we thinking about how this looks 5 years down the line when this child still has the same disability and you are still caring for this child more than you thought you would be? You know,
And you're forcing the parents to grieve twice, because I'm sure it wasn't an easy decision to say, we're not going forward with this. But then you bring the baby, like you birth the baby hell or high water, and knowing that this child is not going to have most likely a very long or very enjoyable life.
It's just like...
So then they're going to have to grieve the child when the child got... Oh, God.
They got to grieve the child. They got to put out extra money for the lawyers and going to court, taking time off work. Like...
Wild.
And and even if they are to sue her, she probably don't even got the money. You know what I'm saying? Like...
She can't.
The agency does. And their ass will be up there too.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're supposed to pass a bunch of psych tests and all this shit. How the fuck did we find out?
And how?
And, like, I just don't see reading the names of the bio parents, it seems like they may be South Asian, right?
Interesting.
So how the fuck did y'all just find a Black woman running off with the baby of a non-white couple as a surrogate? Because if the bio parents were just regular fucking, I don't know, I think my grandfather was Irish white people would be trying to catch that lady themselves.
Right.
Give that baby back, you're kidnapping.
Story. Yeah.
This is a crazy ass case.
I just don't feel like there's any way that this woman is just operating surely off of like, I don't believe in this baby can survive. I think there has to be some sort of like external motivation to be like the
Texas
poster woman for this thing.
A payout that we don't know about. The state of Texas is like offering some kind of like, if you agree to be the face poster child of the situation, we'll cover the medical fees of the baby, that whatever the baby needs in the future. Like, I wonder if there's some kind of agreement she's made with Texas that we just don't know about.
And that's what I'm saying. How did she even get in contact with these orgs?
Yeah. I think they probably might have sought her out.
Or they knew she was coming.
That too. Yeah.
Because to me, it's like, you find this out, even if you did say, fuck this, I'm going to Texas, right? You didn't just go to Texas. Like, you didn't just arrive to Texas and say, you know, like, if you land on U.S. soil.
Somebody had to help.
Somebody had to help you get there. Where the fuck are you staying at? From Alaska. Where the fuck, like, how did that even happen? And then for them to support you through this process and not say, oh, that's a legal nightmare, we're not touching that with a 10-foot pole, means you had to tell them before you left Alaska that you were coming.
Yeah,
something murky in that
she
water.
She plotted on this. Like, it's definitely given like
sure murky in that water.
Yeah, something ain't right.
Did it make you wonder, was she already in cahoots with Texas before she even became a surrogate? You know, because put on a tinfoil hat for a second, but I do wonder if maybe like she was a plant in a way.
But that's what I'm like, because if the baby didn't have essentially half a heart, this wouldn't even be a story right now. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder because I wonder if even the baby was healthy, was she still trying to take it as hers?
It wouldn't have been a compelling story. It would have been a waste of time.
True.
That would have just been surrogate steals baby.
Yeah.
So at what point, like, how did they find out about her after the baby was diagnosed with the issue? And after they said she set the first appointment to get the abortion.
She set the appointment. Don't piss me off, Lou.
That's what it said.
She set the appointment first. So then what? Okay. So then what changed? What happened?
Because the couple wasn't just like, oh, we don't want this baby. It was like, we consulted a doctor and the doctor was like, the quality of life would not be like, you don't just get like, you don't spend this amount of money. You don't freeze your, like, you don't have these embryos if you're not people who don't truly want to be a parent. So I'm sure that was not an easy decision for them. And you just made it fucking worse.
Literally, like,
that's sad.
I don't respect this at all. Like,
no, not at all. And I know we said for people, you know, who are not celebrities, who have enough time to see what's being said about them on the internet, we should be more careful. This lady does not get that grace from me. But in this
situation, no, because there's a life in the middle of this that didn't ask to be here. And that poor baby, that's just all I can think about is that poor kid. And what kind of life does it have ahead of him?
Yeah.
Not just health-wise, but mentally and emotionally too. It just all sounds sad.
It's very sad. And I feel like it's very preventable. Like, all of this could have been avoided. But for some reason, and we're going to find out the reason, she wanted to do this. But that's why I'm kind of looking forward to the court case, like seeing what evidence comes out and what details, you know, that we don't really have yet. Because it got to be a reason. Like,
even her picking like a new name for the child. Like, to me, you don't name a kid whose name is Rumi because they have, I believe, South Asian parents, Gabriel. and have that disagreement in the public space. Like, you have no right to name the kid in the first fucking place. Where did Gabriel come from? Like, such a biblical name.
Right.
Very assimilation style. It's a very assimilate name.
But like, even I just think that like that to me comes from these conservative, these fucking GOP, these fucking organizations that want this to play out in the public and have, you know, like pull on the Christian heartstrings because they feel like South Asian names sound Muslim.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I didn't think about
This
that.
lady need her ass beat. I'm sorry.
Why would you even sign up for this weird shit, man?
Like, she really just like making it hard for all parties involved.
Mm-hmm.
The parents.
And uninvolved. It's just the future of IVF, surrogacy, bodily autonomy, all of that is going to add, it's giving the conservatives more ammo to advocate for a lack of autonomy and choice. And I'm the fact that a Black woman is the face of this is like, God damn.
Right. When I heard this story, I just knew this was some white people. Like,
mm-hmm.
I'm like, this ain't no Black shit. Like,
I did too. This was
just to see her picture.
Throw your hand up, like,
like, how did you even get us in this? Now we gotta jump and scream from the rooftops that we don't support you.
Yeah.
Disgusting. And the last thing I'll say about this is
shit to the bull.
The people working at Lifetime TV network have not slept in 3 months. I can guarantee you that much.
That LMN special gonna be one for the books. I'm telling you. Vivica A. Fox gonna be somewhere in there, whether she the nurse, the doctor.
Yeah.
They're gonna have my girl somewhere in there.
They're going to play that shit right after the movie of the girl who hates the number 5. You know what I'm talking about? And she gives birth in the Walmart. They're going to play this shit right after that.
Baby, that one's going to be for the bugs. Then we want to get a documentary on Netflix. That's going to happen next. Like,
then they're going to do the Keke Palmer movie where she plays the girl who was stolen at the hospital and raised by the kidnapper.
Runaway love playing in the background, like
yeah.
So look, right, Vivica A. Fox, her movie franchise on Lifetime, right? It starts with The Wrong. So like all her movies is like The Wrong Roommate, The Wrong Friend, The Wrong Student,
The Wrong Surrogate,
The Wrong Surrogate.
That's gonna be called it.
That is hilarious. Just wait. Element presents The Wrong Surrogate. Based on a true story. I need to see his
Vivica A. on Threads.
I want Lisa Rinna in it. I don't know who she has to be, but I want Lisa Rinna in it.
That's gonna be one for the books. I don't even care. I'm gonna tune into that one. Not even gonna hold you.
And again, the streets ain't been right. Yo, Wendy Williams would have had this lady's head on a stick.
Ooh, honey. How you doing? And what happened?
Crazy times we living in.
These are some serious times. Well, that's it for my Let Me Stay Focused. Who do we have for advice from the internet?
I think I just lost it. Hold on.
That's probably her. They're like, "Where's the birth certificate of this baby?" And she's like, "Hold on, I have it here in my purse." Trying to escape the damn hospital. Because my question is, where is she now? Where is she now? Like, if she goes back to Alaska, are they going to arrest her?
I mean, what would she be? She didn't technically break a law, right?
Kidnapping.
Well, they gave the kid to cut like it has what they call ad litem or something, like guardian
ad litem. Yes, but what I'm saying is, you still took somebody's kids across state line. Just because it was in your belly, doesn't mean you didn't still like take somebody's kids.
I think that would be on
contact.
Either California or Alaska to press the charges, though.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, if she goes back to Alaska, where her other 2 kids are, correct?
Yeah.
Are they going to arrest her?
I believe that's where her kids are.
I wonder if they are. I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Because if you uprooted your kids and brought them to Texas for this bullshit, you're going down.
Just everybody, all the kids, just.
Like, I will see to it personally. You're going down.
And you will be dealt with. Trust.
Trust. You will be dealt with.
Mm-mm-mm.
It don't make no damn sense.
Well, advice from the internet. So there's this meme, this new meme that's like going around. I don't know if it's gonna show it, but it's like this like old lady,
I've been
right?
seeing it.
I
Yeah.
have seen that.
And the thread says we had a room at school called the computer lab, and they taught us how to use them.
These kids don't even
And
know.
right, my advice is teach yourself. Hey, I feel like your growth, your education is like all on you now. Like we can't really trust the education system. You know,
Not with
they
Darius
don't even have
Cooks as a
textbooks.
teacher at this point. Shit.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
Do you know them kids said that we made fun of him? That's why he's doing this.
What you
Huh?
mean?
The
What
kids at the
kids?
school were like, "We're not dumb. We made fun of him."
And he's trying to get back
Oh.
at the kids?
That's what
I
they're
can believe
alleging.
it. I can believe that.
Yeah.
First of all, any school district that's going to hire a scam artist, I don't trust that school district. No way. And if my child,
Right.
if my child came home telling me that Darius Cooks was their teacher, I'm pulling my child out that school immediately. Ain't no way in the world. But back to
There's
the
a
computer
lot
lab.
of I mean, it was just some funny shit. Like
Teach
we-
yourself.
it's-
'Cause they ain't gonna
yeah,
teach you.
like we don't
Yeah, they ain't
have
gonna teach
things
you.
that we used to have anymore, and so like now
We
I just feel
don't.
like the kids are on their own, like in a sense,
Yeah.
which is sad.
In every
The kids
sense.
are on their
For real.
own, and those who are supposed to teach got phone addictions and are too busy on their phones to be able to properly teach these kids how to not be on their phones. And that's another issue.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
up there on
these kids
TikTok.
ain't got nobody to teach. Because your mama trying to become a content creator, which I mean, I get, but at the same time, it's like, I'm personally not a fan of watching people create content in the classroom. That is a sacred space for learning, and any distractions kids have, they're going to take and run with. So why are you, as a teacher, bringing a distraction like content creation in the classroom is crazy to me. But beyond that, I feel like bringing content creation into parenting is just as much of a distraction, and I think does more harm
Damaging.
than good.
Yeah.
And it teaches kids that it is more important to perform than to be. And so,
Yep.
I think that the kids is kind of being left ass out because those who are supposed to raise them are chasing something that you should be more focused to me on raising that kid than trying to go viral, babes, or just even not even trying to be a content creator, just being on your phone too much. Like, I don't think we talk enough about how much phone addiction plays a role in parenting and how much people's inability to be bored negatively
Mhm.
impacts their kids. Yeah.
Yep. I couldn't
Yeah.
agree more. Like,
Yeah,
at
we
all.
actually, we got to put a pin in that one and actually probably talk about that because, yeah.
We might need to make that another episode for real, because this is
That's a good episode.
Yeah, I have a lot of
That's a lot to
feelings
say
about
about that. Yeah.
I do. Well, thank you for joining us. Please tell everyone where they can find you. Please spell it for the folks who are at the schools where the teachers are making Instagram reels instead of doing what they supposed to do. And just make sure they know where to find you, what you up to over there.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for having me on the show. My name is Cindy Noir. My @names across TikTok, Instagram, Facebook is the THE Cindy CINDY Noir NOIR. I have a podcast show, The Cindy Noir Show. Currently on hiatus, getting ready for the next season. But if you want to look at my old content, you're more than welcome to. It is The Cindy Noir Show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and iHeartRadio. But yeah.
Where you get your podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was nice
always
meeting
a
you.
pleasure working.
It was nice meeting you too. It was good to be here. If y'all want me back, I'm more than happy to come back. Y'all let me know.
We're going to be calling you, girl.
Yeah.
We sure is.
I'll be answering. Don't worry.
This has been another episode of Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast. Don't be a hating ass bitch, and we will catch you in the next one.
Peace.
See y'all.
Bye. Another episode of Let Me Stay Focused. Don't be a hating ass bitch during the break.
Peace.
Bye.